Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, children.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
teacher.
ma'am. Good
Okay.
morning.
Yeah. So this is our eighth class, and today we are going to start our first chapter. What is science? All of you, please on your videos, unmute yourselves. So, what is the name of our first chapter?
What is science?
Of our first chapter, yeah, what is science? So in your eighth class you are studying, you are categorizing science into two parts, biology and physical science. So in biology the name of the first chapter is what is science. So can anybody tell what is science? According to you, what is science?
Science is the concerted human effort to understand or to understand better the
Okay,
history
science
of
is the
natural
things
world.
that you are studying around us. Whatever you are studying in the nature, the living things and all, it is coming under science. So if you look into this world, uh, if you see in this world, there are many facilities that are available in the recent times. So before 10 years unna facilities, now the facilities have improved. There are much advanced techniques and much advanced areas in which the people are studying. So today if you see, there are tinkering labs are there. Parents వచ్చినారు mummy. There are many advancements in science and technology. So the computers have been developed and there are many resources available in the Google, and you can search for anything. So antak mundu, if we want to find a meaning of any word, so what do we have? We had a dictionary, but now what do? We have a Google. So just if we give a voice search, we are able to understand, or we are able to analyze, we are able to know the meaning of the topics. And if you want to see a video on a topic also, you are having YouTube. So do you think that this internet and mobile and whatever technology that we are using, is it advanced or not? Is it?
Advanced, ma'am.
Yeah, it is advanced.
Ma'am.
So before lockdown, do you have phones? Do you have personal smartphones at your home? Everybody? No, you don't have. But now what happens, due to the advancement in technology, every person is having their own cell phone, and every person is able to learn classes, and every person is able to understand the subjects also. So it is very amazing to think of the facilities available today when compared to primitive era. So primitive era ki unna facilities kante ippudu unnatvanti facilities, they are much more advanced. So what are the facilities that are available today? If you see, computers, mobile phones, internet, space shuttles, robotics, hybrid food grains, medicines, etc. are all the result of ideas which originated in some human brains. So computers, mobile phones, internet. So everybody in your class, do you know how to operate a computer? Laptops.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we all know how to operate a computer. We all know how to use our mobile phones, how to surf the internet, and you know about robotics. You have seen a robot in our Atal Tinkering Laboratory, and whatever command we are giving to the robot, it is able to do the function. And the hybrid food grains, if you see the food grains like wheat, rice and all, or else some grapes and all, seedless grapes, parthenocarpy, all these things are we are seeing in daily life. And medicines also, if you see, for the last year we didn't have vaccine for corona, but today we are having a vaccine for corona, and we are using multivitamin tablets also, okay, for our develop our immunity also we are using. Okay, so that means uh, some modernization is there and some facilities are available to us every day life. So these are all the ideas. These originated from where? All these ideas are originated from the human brain. So some human brain, so some people are thinking of the technology and they are using in our everyday life. So some are doing research in agriculture, some are doing research in space, some are doing research in phones. Okay, so we are also involved in doing some or the other activity. So in our school also we are doing some or the other experiments also. Okay, so do you remember we were doing some of the activities in our lab? We are finding out new things, we are doing some research, and we are learning some new things in the equipment available in our laboratory. So all these ideas, how do you are getting? How are you getting? You are getting from your human brain. If you think, if you find a problem in your society, what you are doing? You are finding a solution. అవునా? ఏదన్నా ఒక ప్రాబ్లం సొసైటీలో కనిపించింది అనుకో, మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు ల్యాబ్లో? ఆ ప్రాబ్లంకి వీఆర్ ఫైండింగ్ అ సొల్యూషన్. వీఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ టు గెట్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఫర్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. We are able to find a new technology. We are able to find a new project for all those things. So some people are there in this world. How they are doing? They are thinking differently. Many people, what they are doing? They are thinking differently. They are thinking in a different way. They are finding new ideas. Same ఒకటే ప్రాబ్లంకి సేమ్ సొల్యూషన్ కాకుండా దే ఆర్ ఫైండింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇన్ డైవర్స్ ఏరియాస్. దే ఆర్ ఫైండింగ్ ద problems. So let us understand how they think and what they do. So some people, they are thinking differently and they are observing what is there in the science, and they are finding, they are thinking what is there. So it's like that they are understanding more about nature. So now you see, what is science? Science is the concerted human effort to understand or to understand better the history of the natural world and how the natural world works, with observable physical evidence as the basis of that understanding. So it is the human effort. So science already it is there in the universe, but our humans, what they are doing, they are putting some effort to find out the things that are available in the natural world with some evidence. So if there is an evidence only, we will believe. అవునా? ఎవిడెన్స్ లేకుంటే ఏదైనా బిలీవ్ చేస్తామా? వీ డోంట్ బిలీవ్ అబౌట్ ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఎవిడెన్స్. It is done through observation of natural phenomena. So how do we prove if there is evidence or not? By observations of natural phenomena. So by observing the nature. Okay, and through experimentation. So how do we understand that science is correct or the solution is correct? By doing some of the experiments that tries to stimulate natural process under controlled conditions. So science is a process of thinking. So science is a process of observation and science is a process of thinking. So do you have any questions for what you have to find answers? So for example, why is the color of sky blue in color? Why are trees green in color? And then what is present in water? And how can you find that there are proteins in our food? How can you find that there are carbohydrates in our food? For all these questions, what you had to do? First you had to observe. Then what you had to do? You had to experiment and you had to question yourself. You had to think yourself. So then only you will get the answer. So what is science? It is an organized study of knowledge which is based on experimentation. So it is an organized study of knowledge which is based on experimentation. When you do experiments only based on our knowledge, first what should we have? We should have some knowledge. Without knowledge, we can't do any experiment. సో ఒక ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ చేయాలి అంటే దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి నాలెడ్జ్ ఫస్ట్ వీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్. సైన్స్ ఈజ్ అ టూల్ ఫర్ సర్చింగ్ ట్రూత్స్ ఆఫ్ నేచర్. సైన్స్ ఈజ్ అ టూల్ ఫర్ సర్చింగ్ ట్రూత్స్ ఆఫ్ nature. Whatever truths are there in the nature, science is a tool. Science is a way of exploring the world. So exploring means what? To know more. So science is also a way of exploring the world. So what is the first step in scientific thinking? Questioning. So first questioning should be there. Questioning is the primary or fundamental step in scientific thinking. In scientific thinking, questioning is the primary or fundamental step. There are many phenomena in nature around us which sprout up doubt in our mind. So there are many processes in our surroundings. So how are the plants preparing food? How does the digestion occur in our body? How do we respire? How do we breathe? How our food gets digested? How do we look with our eyes? How do we smell? Why does our skin has this touch? So all these questions are there in your mind. Do you have all these type of doubts or you don't have?
We have, ma'am.
Yeah, you have all these type of doubts. But how do you get answers? You should have some type of questioning. So first thing what you had to do, first thing you had to question yourself. Of course there may be problems. So let us observe the following experiences. You too can add your observations to enrich the list. So what is the list that we have see here in the textbook? Some of the questions are there. Why do leaves fall down from the tree after turning yellow? Can anybody tell? Why do leaves fall down from the tree after turning yellow? Have you seen leaves falling from the tree?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why after they become yellow, why are they falling down? Are they falling when they are in green in color or are they falling when they have become yellow?
When they are become yellow, ma'am.
Why? They're asking why. So you had to find the answers and you had to tell us. Okay? So in the next class you had to find the answers and you had to tell me. Next, second questions. How do ants identify sweets kept in a tin? If there are sweets in a tin or if there are some sweets in a place, all the ants will follow in a line. They will form big lines and they will attack the sweets. So how do the ants know that there are sweets in the box? So you had to add your observations for these questions. Next, why can't we see stars during daytime? Can you see stars during daytime? Why can't we see the
No,
stars
ma'am.
during daytime? ఎందుకు కనిపించట్లేదు డే టైంలో? Find observations for this question also. Pickles do not spoil, but sambar gets spoiled soon. Why? Pickles means pachallu. So our mother makes pickles once a year. Mango pickle, lime pickle and all. So that type of pickles, they do not spoil. But sambar, if we cook in the morning, it gets spoiled by the night or by the next day morning. So why? What is the reason? Okay.
Salt.
We are adding what? We are adding salt as a preservative. So that's why the pickle is not spoiled. Next you see, fifth question. Farmers are afraid of unseasonal rains and uncontrolled pests. How to solve these problems? See, suppose farmers are sowing the seeds today and suppose the rains are not there and sometimes more rains happen, unseasonal rains. So by June and all the rain should start, but now we are seeing huge rains. So what happens when there are unseasonal rains? Will the farmers get profit? Are the farmers able to grow crops?
No, ma'am.
How to solve these problems? You had to observe. You have to observe the following experiences. These are the experiences you see in your everyday life. మీకు ప్రతిరోజు కనిపించే experiences ఇవి. You had to think about these experiences and you had to find answers. How are diseases caused? So how are the diseases caused? Diseases ela vastunnai and how you can prevent them and how you can cure them. For example, cold. How do you get cold? How do you get cold? How do you get cold?
Because of the very
Because of cool climate, and because if you eat ice creams and cool drinks also, you catch cold quickly. Okay, or if you go through some dust, or if you have some allergy also, you get some type of cold. So how can you prevent them and how can you cure them? Or during rainy season, if you stand in rain or if you play in rain, what happens? Hmm? If you play in rain, what happens? You catch cold.
cold.
Yeah. So some more examples also are there. We will discuss some more examples also. An ecologist observes the behavior of different organisms living in different habitats like crows on trees, tigers in forests, fish in water, and earthworms in the soil. And a geologist studies the distribution of fossils and minerals in the earth's crust. So ecologist. Ecologist means what? A person who studies about the nature and the animals living there. Okay, eco means what? Earth. Earth మీద ఉన్నట్లాంటి దాన్ని logy means studies. Study of earth or the environment and the surroundings. So ecologist, he studies the behavior of different organisms living in different habitats like crows on trees. So how are the crows living on trees? How are the tigers living in forest? How are the fish living in water? Why do earthworms survive in soil? All these things an ecologist studies. And then a geologist. What is meant by geo? Geo means earth. Logist, study of earth. A person who studies about earth is called as geologist. So he studies the distribution of fossils and minerals in the earth's crust. He studies about the distribution of minerals and fossils in the earth's crust. Both the scientific. What is meant by fossils? So you can write in the textbook, the remains of plants and animals is called as fossil. The remains of plants and animals is called as fossils. So whatever is remained, okay, so long years ago, if the plants and animals, if they are deposited in the earth, if the person is studying about that before 100 years, 200 years or 1000 years ago, if a person is studying about the things that are under the earth, so that is called as fossil. Both the scientists are making observations in order to find out patterns in natural phenomena. So the two scientists, ecologists and geologists, they are making observations in order to find out patterns in natural phenomena. They are finding patterns in the natural phenomena. Observations and research done by these people enlighten the general public. So whoever is doing research, all the people are interested. So what do they find out? How it came? How is this formed? ఎప్పుడు ఉండా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ డైనోసార్. సో అది ఎప్పుడో ఉంది అని చెప్తారు. సో ఎప్పుడు విచ్ ఇయర్లో ఉంది? How many years back have they seen? That and all, if the scientists or geologists or ecologists are studying, what do? You feel very interested on this type of topics. And then an astrophysicist, he photographs stars. So an astrophysicist, what does he do? He photographs, he takes the pictures of stars and he takes pictures of planets and distant galaxies. And so you might have seen the telescope also in our lab. So if you observe under a telescope, So some of our seniors, they have gone to Kolkata IISF. So there they were able to see sky gazing. So at evening times in the night, they were seeing sky gazing. So they used to see lot of things in the sky, and they saw some of the stars, galaxies, and whatever was there. So they were seeing in a digital telescope also. And then a climatologist. A climatologist means a person who studies about the weather conditions, about the climatic conditions. So you might have seen in the news, at the end of the news they will tell about weather report. Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
it's likely to rain and there are monsoons. So like that reports will be given about weather conditions. And a climatologist also, he draws data from weather balloon. Similarly, there are other scientists who are making observations. So there are many scientists who are making observations also. So whatever examples till now we have studied, all these are the examples of observational science. ఇప్పుడు వరకు చదివిన examples అన్ని కూడా, what are the examples of observational science? So whatever is there, whatever is present in the nature, they are observing and they are finding the answers. So climatologist, he is observing the weather, he is observing the data of the climate, and he is giving the answer. So like that, the examples that we have seen till now are the observational science. So one more science is there, that is the experimental science. Next science is, what is the next science?
Experimental science.
Yeah, it is experimental science. One is observational science and the other one is experimental. So how do we do experiments? So science is nothing but doing experiments. So in all our science textbooks, mostly we see activities. Do you observe? Activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, like that you have lot of activities. So like that, experimental science is also having lot of activities. So in biology textbook also you have lot of activities. In physics and chemistry also you have lot of activities. A chemist observes the rate of one chemical reaction at different temperatures. So a chemist means what? A person who studies about chemistry. He observes the rate of one chemical reaction. So one chemical reaction he will take and he will observe the chemical reaction in different temperatures. Okay, so temperature change chesesi, what he will do, he will understand the chemical reaction, whether it has taken place, in which temperature does the reaction takes place, should it have low temperature or high temperature anedi the chemist will observe. And then a nuclear physicist, he records the result of angular momentum of a particular particle in the circular path. So a nuclear physicist, he records the angular momentum. How he will record? So if a particle is going in a circular path, what is the angular momentum? What is the speed of the particle? And what is the movement of the particle? What's the rotation of the particle? Everything he will observe. So both the scientists, what they are doing, they are performing experiments to discover consistent pattern. So same pattern. So how this ball is moving. So if a ball is falling from up, so what is the path of that ball? If a ball is ascending up, what is the path of that ball? All these are things that nuclear physicist is able to understand. Next, biologist. What is biology? Do you know what is bios? Bios means what? Living. Logy means study of. Study of living organisms is called as biologies. What are the living organisms? Living organisms are plants and animals. So if we study the living organisms, that study is called as biology. Study of living organisms, study of plants and animals is called as biology. So a biologist, what does he do? He studies the reaction of a particular tissue to various stimulants, is likewise experimenting to find of behavior. He knows how to find the patterns of the behavior, how they are, how each cell of our body is reacting, how our tissues are responding to cold conditions, how our tissues are responding to hot conditions. That and all the biologist is able to observe. So when few scientists investigate on the causes of a disease, others may investigate on the prevention of it. So some scientists, they want to know how the disease is caused, and some scientists, what they want to do, they want to find out what is the cure for this disease, which medicine suits for this disease. For example, now for corona also, what is the cause of this disease? It is, what is the cause of this corona? It is caused due to a virus. And how you can prevent it? By sitting in the home, by covering our face with mask, by sanitizing our hands. So all those things we are able to understand. All those things we are able to, the scientists are able to understand, and the scientists are able to find the cause of the disease, and they are able to find the cure for this disease. So have you ever experienced ఇంత తొందరగా వ్యాక్సిన్ వస్తుందని ఊహించారా? No, but now the vaccine is ready. The people are ready and they are taking the vaccine. So like that, many scientists, some scientists are finding out the cause of the disease. Some scientists are finding out the cure of the disease. So some scientists are researching on how to prevent the disease. So where do these scientists work? So they work in labs. So they work in research labs. So all the scientists, they work in research labs, and they wear white lab coats. So have you seen the people who are working in labs? So they wear long white coats and they are doing research. They are studying whatever is present in the nature. So okay, so till now I will be stopping the class.